great send-off the other day. But there's one thing you said there. You did say club legend. I don't know, Saba. I've been hearing rumors. The people have been floating around in the chats. They'll be going back and forth between Heritage TV and Durag Diaries. And the word on the curb was that you felt like Sonny wasn't a Tottenham legend a couple of days ago. Now, I don't know if this has changed, or I don't know if the chat is lying. But this was this. Yeah.
What I said, he was definitely a club legend. What I said was he was never a world-class player, and people got really pissed with me for that. To be honest, they're phrases that I just don't really think mean anything anyway, but people want to get really deep into it. So yeah, I said he was a club legend. But listen, I'm happy for him. But the problem is, I think it's the same thing with any club legend. You get to the stage where after a while, you're no longer a legend because you're just going downhill. We did it with Hugo Lloris. So this is the right time for me. This is what I always say in my chat. Like people who hear what they want to hear rather than what's being said and then go to other shows and go, can you believe what Savage just said? Okay.
That's exactly what it was. People were coming, I can't believe Sava just said he's not a legend. And I'm sitting there, I'm going, I don't think Sava said that. I was just like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to speak to Sava when I see him because I'm pretty sure, like, if he said he's not a Premier League legend, I think Sava will probably say that. And that's fine. Now, we can all have that argument in a different day. But say you want to be like, there's no doubt that he's a Tottenham legend. I think like
he's a Tottenham legend. Yeah, I've never had a doubt.
Yeah, like he's literally
I've always said the same thing.
Biggest trophy win in Premier League era. Like he has.
Sonny for me has always been a top footballer. Yeah. Now for me, this is only me personally. I don't put lots of players. Bang on. I was about to say that. Bang on. Let's say that. Bang on. This is for me. I think he was a player that had world class moments. I think he was a top footballer. But the ilk of player that I put into world class is the ilk of player above Son. For me, I don't know why it offends so many people. By the way, like everyone's definition of world class is different. I just look at all the players that have played in the same era as Son. He wasn't one of the best anywhere near for me, which makes me not put him in the same bracket as those players. I don't have to factor in anything. There were better footballers. That's why I didn't put him in there.
No, that's fair. So, and like you say, I think for the world class argument, it's so subjective. And I mean, like, so subjective to people that everybody has different rankings for world class. Like something is just top five in the world. For some people, it's all like that Danny said, you got to factor in all these different things. And for some people, it's just quite black and white. I've seen better footballers that he's not world class. It could be that. So for me, I would probably say for me, he's world class. But again, like I think he'd probably only maybe a season or two of actual world class level of play. And away from that, he's just had a lot of world class moments. I think the thing for Sonny is he's had so many big moments in the Spurs shirt. That's the thing, is he always etches out, and it stands out to a lot of Spurs fans as to why they call him world class. But you know, it's a conversation, isn't it? So,
I mean, for me, the way I look at it is this, and without going, I'm not even going to bring Messi and Ronaldo into it because that's just pure pie in the sky. They're different. The way I look at it is a player that I would consider to be world class from the same era is Gareth Bale, right?
Yeah.
And if I want to look at Bale and Son, there's no conversation there between the two for me. If I'm picking a player to do anything, there's no conversation for me. So when I put Gareth Bale in the world-class category, I don't put Son on the same level as a Gareth Bale, right? Same with an Arjen Robben, same with people like that. If you want to start, people wanted to start having the conversation the other day about, Son versus Hazard and Son versus this player and Ribéry. And cool, that's fine. Everyone can do it. But for me, world class for me is just that undeniable player where everyone says, wow, world class. I never saw anyone say Bale wasn't. Lots of people have the argument with Son. Each to their own. Don't think it's a big deal. I know everyone wants to lose their mind over things like this, but club legend, yes. World class, just not quite for me. Not quite for me. I've seen much better players at Tottenham Hotspur than Son. That's just me. Maybe I'm old, but like Hazard. Like if you want, like Hazard had world class seasons, but overall, I thought he had a lot of patchy moments, which is why I never put him in that bit. Do you know what I mean? That bit. There were too many times where I was like, Hazard's not doing it. For me, that was the same as Son. I thought when he was on it, Son, he was on it. But was he on it enough consistently every year for me to go, you're undeniably world class? Not for me. That's it. Not not for me.
No. I think it's a fair point. I think that was always an argument. We used to have this argument in the own Spurs fan base, whether he was a purple patch player or not. Some people felt like he was a purple patch player. I never felt like he was, but then a lot of people did in our own fan base. So it's like, is he world class? Is he not? Who knows? It's one of those ones. But let's see if it. One thing that Terry says a lot on Terrace, and he says, will he stand the test of time? That's the thing, really, is over time. Over the next 5 to 10 years, you really start to see how appreciative people are of a player and how much respect they get. Look at the time when Dembele's left Tottenham. It's now Dembele's. To me, now Dembele's. Like, I used to think how underrated Dembele is. Now it seems like Dembele's probably overrated because people think he's the best midfielder in like Premier League history. And I'm like, he was amazing, and I thought he was so underrated at the time. But now they're overrating him because he was too underrated.
But this is what I think we do.
And I don't want to. It might be the same for Sonny, but who knows?
I think we do this a lot with footballers. I think sometimes everyone wants everyone to be world class, and I think the problem is if everyone's world class, no one's world class. Do you know what I mean? If everyone's on the same level, then no one stands out.
Yeah.
For me, the levels I look at of world class in the last 15, 20 years, I'm looking at obviously the Messi and Ronaldos are undeniable. Gareth Bale is in that mix. The Anders Iniestas are in that mix. Right, I'm looking at the Robin van Persie's. Robin van Persie for me was a world class footballer. Right, I could go on and on and on from all the different leagues. Sonny for me was just that level below in terms of, you know, the one season of 20 plus Premier League goals. A world class player for me in 10 years gets more than one season of 20 plus goals. For me, world class players. For me, world-class players just do it year in, year out. No messing around. And I don't think he did. That doesn't mean I don't respect him. That doesn't mean I didn't love him. Doesn't mean I didn't think he was a top-class footballer. But just quickly, somebody said something which I think was quite interesting. Sonny J at 224. And again, Jords, you just mentioned there, right, about revisionism. I know you didn't say the word, but you mentioned about revisionism of Dembele, like Moussa Dembele, top footballer, but was only for a very short period of time that he did those things. It wasn't like he was doing it all his career. Now, this is where I hear this, and this is where it's not true. So when we're saying Son got mugged off with the shite players he had to play with, if he had good players around him, not kids, he'd still be here. No one talking of him leaving. Only bad since shite players around him. First of all, Sonny has not declined because of the players around him. Sonny is naturally getting a bit older, and you can see it. He said it himself, Sonny. Second of all, when you're saying mugged off with the shite players around him, Sonny's played in arguably the best period of Spurs' Premier League when we were finishing second, third, and fourth regularly with Pochettino. And he was playing with Christian Eriksen, Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Wanyama, Dembele, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Rose, Walker. So no, he wasn't playing with shite around him. He arguably played in our best ever Premier League 11. So I do think that revisionism is very, very prevalent in football fans. But I don't know why so many people are so offended by the world-class conversation. Like, say to an Arsenal fan, you don't think Saka's world-class. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh.
They go mental. Like,
they go crazy for it. They go crazy.
I've had this argument plenty of times. That's the thing. I actually told him that he's not a world-class player. Like,
he's not world-class.
He's got a world-class talent at the moment. I reckon, like, the thing is, like you said, world-class for me, when players perform across a certain amount of time and they maintain a level, it's like you've got to maintain this level. You can have a world-class season, just like Foden did the season before started. He had a world-class season, but then he dropped that level instantly next year. So he's not a world-class player. You've got to consistently perform at that level. And now, obviously, players are under a much bigger microscope now, so I feel like it is tough. But yeah, the world-class argument's always a tough one. It's always a tough one.
It is tough, George. But this is the thing, right? This is why I'm very reluctant to put too many people into the world-class argument. And I'll tell you why. Football fans are brilliant at this. Football fans are brilliant at this. What they want to do is they want to put a player there, right? We want to go world-class. But when anyone critiques those players in the big moments, in the tournaments, in the moments that matter, they get offended. Well, listen, if you're going to put a player there, right? Let me use Gareth Bale as the example again. It's too easy to use Messi. It's too easy, isn't it? Like, it's pointless using Messi. Gareth Bale, on the biggest stages, took matters into his own hands. On the biggest stages. Copa del Rey finals, Champions League finals. This man, even in games where Ronaldo wasn't doing anything, this man went, give me the ball, I'll do it, right? And you boom, 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 and you go, Jesus, look at this man, right? The World Cup final we just had, Messi and Mbappe. It was billed, wasn't it? Messi versus Mbappe. Both of them did not disappoint. Both of them went, cool, this is us. This is our final, right? World-class footballers do this shit. World-class footballers do it more often than not. How many finals you seen Bale do it? How many finals you seen Messi do it? Ronaldo do it? These players, this is why they are put on the pedestal, because they do it. Son, for me, I can't put him in the pedestal with these footballers. I can't put him up there with those players. I don't put him up there with the Fabregases. Sorry, that's going to get me hate. I don't put him up there with the Robins. I don't put him up there with the John Terrys and the Perez's. I think he's a top footballer, but just